Member for Jarra East.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, first and foremost, I rise to drum of support for this important piece of legislation. Honorable Speaker, grant me leave to whet our appetite historically. Honorable Speaker, at the eve of independence, that was 17th February 1965, at the eve of independence, 17th February 1965, this country of ours was gripped by what I will call independence fever. There was much hype and jubilation that as a country we are at the threshold of being commanders of our own destiny. Honorable Speaker, there came 18th February 1965 as the D-Day when the Gambia gained her independence from the British. Honorable Speaker, the moment the Gambia was declared an independent state, the Union Jack was lowered and the Gambian flag was hoisted. Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether I'm hard because we are trying to adapt to the new normal. My mouth is gag. Honorable Speaker, that shows that a lot of things have gone down the bridge. A lot of water have passed down the bridge. Honorable Speaker, independence of a country is very significant. Significant in the sense that it tells you that you as an entity, as a country, you are at liberty to be in charge of your own destiny. That we are no longer going to be dictated to. Madam Speaker, therefore, as an independent state, there are a lot of gains that a country is likely going to enjoy. Madam Speaker, to come to the extant issue at hand, that is the draft constitution. Today the nation is gripped with mixed feelings. Mixed feelings in the sense that the general public are saying, will they, won't they? So the country is looking at us. And Madam Speaker, I think we will do the right thing. This August Assembly will do the needful. And the needful is to give thumbs up. Is to give thumbs up to this draft constitution. Because this draft constitution, Madam Speaker, must be seen as an embodiment of the interests, wishes, and aspirations of the totality of Gambians. That's the long and short of it, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this draft constitution, as I stand to dilate on its general principles and merits, I will not dissect into the provisions enshrined unless and until it is time for Committee of the Whole House. That's the time I will dissect, study it thoroughly. Honorable Speaker, the Gambian masses are not oblivious of the fact that a lot of things happen in this country. We had the Constitutional Conference, the pre-independent talks, and the post-independent talks. And at this juncture, allow me to pay homage to our founding fathers in the passing of His Excellency, late President Jarra, and his lieutenants, who are deemed as the forerunners of our independence. Honorable Speaker, the independence was fought not by only men, but also by women. Women of substance, women of dignity, and men who could be described as gentlemen of the finest African tradition. I therefore want to recognize their mammoth contribution on our road to getting the Gambia enjoy internal self-government. Honorable Speaker, for this debate, we are confronted with what I will call a national conversation. And this national conversation is on the lips of every Tom, Dicky, and Harry. As a result, owing to its importance, it can be called a common refrain. It's on everybody's lips. Honorable Speaker, what is expected of us in this critical turning point of our history is to make decisions. Honorable Speaker, in making decisions, we must be guided by certain fundamental elements. That is, in as much as we are willing to make decisions, our decisions must be preceded by good judgment. Our actions must also be preceded by reasons and not emotions or sentiments. Because in this exercise, Madam Speaker, it's about nation building. And the Gambian nation is bigger than all of us. Honorable Speaker, the Gambia is the main set. And this August Assembly serves as the subset of the main set. So the main set is bigger than the subset. The Gambian masses are bigger than the Gambian National Assembly. Yes, we are at liberty, by way of arrangement, to have a say of this important national discourse. But that doesn't mean, Madam Speaker, that we can trample on the wishes and aspirations of the totality of Gambians. Honorable Speaker, unless you forget, we are engaged in epoch-making journey. We are making history. And Madam Speaker, we must be guided by the fact that history is more than the path left by the past. For it influences our present, and it has the potency to define our future as well. It has the potency to shape our future as well. So, Madam Speaker, in our quest to make that landmark history, we must all work assiduously so as to be recorded.
Honorable, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are all guided by our standing orders as far as procedure is concerned. And I think we should all try to adhere to that. I think it's good to talk about the historical development of everything, but I would rather you paraphrase it and then we go straight into the merits and principles of the bill. Because you've been dealing with sort of, I would term it, historical background, how we arrived at where we are today. But probably it could have been paraphrased, summarized, and then you go straight to the principles of the bill. If you can just align it, your arguments towards that angle of discourse. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I'm humble as it pleases your good office. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, time is not our best ally. I'm compelled to put my submission in a nutshell. And I thank you for guiding me. I'm humble. Honorable Speaker, why Constitution? Why do we have Constitution? And what is the meaning of Constitution? And what a Constitution is capable of doing for a country? Honorable Speaker, I think these things are very important. It goes without saying, Honorable Speaker, that the Constitution serves as the supreme law of the country. And as a result, it goes to serve as the lifeblood of any given country. Honorable Speaker, the merits of having a constitution cannot be overemphasized. Honorable Speaker, one of them, it serves to enhance good governance. It serves to enhance the rule of law. Honorable Speaker, Constitution is incompatible with dictatorship. It is in a constitution the rights and responsibilities of the citizens are enshrined and clearly spelled out. This is why where your right stops, that's where somebody starts. We are able to have these rights or enjoy these rights because of a constitutional instrument. Honorable Speaker, this constitution must enjoy a yes vote. You may ask me why. Because it is an embodiment of the interests, wishes, and aspirations of the totality of Gambians. So it must enjoy a yes vote. A lot of money. If my memory can serve me, 116 million. Honorable Speaker, that's a colossal sum by all standards. And I don't think this August Assembly would like to be recorded on the wrong side of history. Because history is going to judge us. And there is no way that we can escape the long arms of justice, neither can we escape the long arms of history. So therefore, in making history, let us work towards being recorded on the positive side. So that tomorrow, our children and our children's children will have a better Gambia. Honorable Speaker, yesterday I received a lot of calls from concerned Gambians, both home and abroad. And I can tell you, for the fact that they have been, calling, they are very much concerned about the Gambian situation. This is why they keep calling to make sure that we help move the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, when it comes to nation building, that is not like Party A or Party B. All of us share a common denominator, and that is we are all Gambians. We all have the same ID cards, and that's why we are discussing Gambian matter. This is a Gambian matter. It must be seen within that lens. it must be approached in a non-partisan manner. We must be impartial in our deliberations, and above all, to be guided by Section 112 of the 1997 Constitution. That is, whatever we are doing, whether within or outside the confines of this Parliament, we must be guided by national interest and conscience. That is the only thing. So, throwing this draft constitution under the bus, may God forbid, it means we are throwing the wishes and aspirations of our fellow compatriots, and that will not go well. That will not go well for us. And we should talk less of the money that has been invested, but we must be here to strengthen the voices of our people. Because the long and short of representation, Madam Speaker, is to transform the fantasies of our people into realities. And if this draft constitution gets a yes vote, it means we have transformed, in no small measure, the wishes and aspirations of our electorate. Honorable Speaker, I have some honorable members talking about being asked not to give a stamp of approval to this important draft constitution. Honorable Speaker, we are politicians, and I want to use my skills here to convince them to give a yes vote to this constitution. Honorable Speaker, I am not oblivious of the fact that you can take a horse to the pond, but you can never force the horse to drink. But this time I'm ready to force you to drink. It's not poison. Drink. It's not poison. Drink it. If you trust me. I have taken mine. But I need to take yours as well. I have no qualms with our divergent opinions. It is normal. But lest you forget, Madam Speaker, this draft constitution contains a multiplicity of opinions. The CRC have toured the length and breadth of this country. They have sounded the opinions of every Tom, Dick, and Harry, principally for them to have, a very good opinion, an opinion that could be described as undiluted, unblemished, and Gambian for that matter. And I think, Madam Speaker, for us to reject this draft constitution, that will tantamount to an abomination. May God forbid. You should make history, but make sure you make good history. Honorable Speaker, I think by dint of this small politicking, I have convinced the leftists to be called the right wings now. I think they are now convinced, and I believe fervently all of them will give a thumbs up to this constitution. This draft constitution needs only one thing, and that is a clean bill of health for it to navigate. Smoothly without any let or hindrance. And I could see in the eyes of my honorable colleagues that they are all patriotic sons and daughters of this great country. And if there is any motivation, I can tell you, it has to do with your patriotic sentiments. That's the only driving force. You are not forced to accept something that could be called an alien constitution. But this is Gambian constitution. Honorable Speaker, when I was in the primary school, I was told that democracy means by the people, for the people, and of the people. And I can tell you, so in this constitution, it's by the people, for the people, and of the people. So please, let us have country at the forefront. Let the interest of the country supersede whatever parochial interest you might have, it is about the Gambia. And all of us are part of that, set. That's why we are considered as the subset. So the Gambian people are the main set. So let us make sure that we accept this draft constitution. Because remember, Gambians are the architects. They will be the architects of this draft constitution by way of referendum. And I have no doubt in my mind the amount of money, human capital that has been injected into this constitutional building will not go in vain. It will not go in vain. Honorable Speaker, I think honorable members have got me and they have heard me very clearly that the Constitution is our own Constitution. It's not something that is alien. And I have no doubt in my mind that after thorough scrutiny, we are going to give a yes vote to this Constitution. Because remember, the Gambian people are very much concerned. They are not concerned about the money that has been invested, but they are concerned about ousting their wishes and aspirations into the dustbin of history. And I don't think we will do that, Madam Speaker. I want to be counted for having voted for this draft constitution. And I want you to be counted as well. I am ready. Are you ready? Thank you.